Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Thank you all so much for tuning in. The Bruno Fernandes saga appears to be coming to its conclusion. Coming to the end, we're going to get all the answers that we have been seeking, but it looks massively positive for Manchester United. Journalists from across the continent are tweeting all types of things, confirmed to Man United. The agent has landed in Manchester to finalise the deal. He's been acting as the conduit, as the intermediary between both clubs. Man United looks set to sign him. There are other reports, though. There are other reports out there that are stating and suggesting that Spurs and Liverpool are still trying to get in on the act. Still trying to get in on the act, which for me, I love all this stuff. Honestly, I love all of this. And I'm actually also enjoying some of the comments here saying, why are you lying? I haven't made this up. Go onto social media, go onto the internet, go onto publications from Sky Sports, right across the spectrum. This is there. This is not made by me. And this is on the same day that Atletico Madrid have, of course, confirmed that Rodri will be leaving and most likely joining Manchester City. It's an interesting day. The agent is in the UK, according to reports. Many journalists believe that Man United have already firmed the deal up. Many believe the deal is done. It is simply a case of crossing a few T's, dotting a few I's. But Bruno Fernandes, some say, is already a Manchester United player. And I truly hope that this is true. Please do me a massive favour, though, and hit the like button for me. Hit the share button as well. I want to gauge your viewpoints and your opinions. Someone says here, why are you writing done deal? Because that's what the journalists are telling us. That is what... So I'll find them for you. We'll go through them in a moment. That's why that's been done. So journalists here, says today, all confirmed. Tonight, Miguel Pino, Bruno Fernandes' agent, will be in England to discuss the Bruno Fernandes deal with Manchester United. They have a telephone agreement of personal terms being agreed of £6 million per year. Sporting Lisbon and United have also finalised an agreement. This individual works for a magnitude of publications. This is his profile. You can have a little look here. This guy here. Go check the guy out. Go find him out. He's a legitimate guy. That's it. That's what you need to know. Plus, you've got Sky Sports and numerous other outlets reporting this as well, including the United Stand. The United Stand and Stephen Houston are also running with this story. So there we go. Someone here says not even verified. Yeah, because everybody's verified, right? Because everybody's verified. Cool. Everybody who's anybody is verified. That how it is. Okay, cool. If that's it, if that's what you think, then fair enough. Sorry, I had a weird message come through. There we go. Because we're starting a new podcast soon, so I've gone out to my Twitter audience today. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, the links for my accounts are in the description below. But we have a brand new feature-length podcast that's we're going to start recording very soon. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so we're kind of asking the audiences who they'd like us to get on as a guest. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. But lots of suggestions, actually, from the guys from Redmen TV, Rants, DT. I'd really like to get Statman Dave on, I really would. Roy here says, yes, glory, Man United. Well, Roy, I'm with you. I hope this information, I hope that the journalists that are telling us that this deal is done, I hope they are getting this right. But there is talk. There is still talk about Liverpool being involved. There is still talk that Liverpool and Tottenham are going to try and grab the attention of the agent when he is over. They want to try and convince Bruno Fernandes to join him. And I think that's huge. I honestly think that's huge for Man United because, one, it could lead to the player not coming. But more importantly than that, bigger hope than that, is that Manchester United can look at this situation and think, look at these big clubs, the two Champions League finalists, whose squads are almost near perfect. They got to the Champions League final, qualified for the Champions League. Liverpool finished 1 point behind arguably the greatest Premier League team of all time. They want him. So, from that point of view, this is great news that they're trying to jump in on this deal. Any news on Nicolas Pepe? None. It's gone very, very quiet on that front. The media were telling us a few weeks ago it was done with him and Liverpool. Nothing has really progressed. But there we go. There is no more news on that. I don't know anything personally. I only sit here and talk to you all about what's going on in the league. But let's search Bruno Fernandes here on Twitter and see what's being said in the spectrum. Here, see what a few people are saying. This is 19 minutes ago. This was tweeted out. It says Manchester United have moved a step closer to finalising the deal for Bruno Fernandes after agreeing a contract worth £100,000 per week. Miguel Pino, the player's agent, has landed in Manchester this afternoon. Wow, it's huge. There's another. So this is another thing I say to people as well. Football news and general talk. This is somebody who works for beIN Sports. He's not verified, but you've got links to his LinkedIn accounts here. He says rumours that Man United have agreed personal terms with midfielder Bruno Fernandes are true. A fee is now set to be intensely negotiated between Sporting Lisbon. An estimation start at 40 million euros, but could rise to 60 million. Loads of different things here being said, loads of things here being discussed, and there's variations of the same story, which is generally speaking, when I feel there's more validity and there's more truth to the overall deal going in the right direction or moving towards a conclusion. When you have slight variations from multiple news outlets. When you get one big story and then everybody else just regurgitating and reiterating the same story with no new news, some of it false, some of it kind of fabricated, or just changing a few words here and there, that's when I get a little bit concerned, if that makes sense. But here we have multiple. The only weird one really is probably Sky Sports, because they've just come out and said United are interested. We've all known that for weeks. Where have Sky Sports been? Where have they been? Live comment there from George, who says, please, please, please come to United, Bruno. I love him already. Yeah, I hope he's on his way. I do hope he's on his way. Somebody here just put in Arsenal are broke. I don't think they're broke. They're just not willing to spend. I did read a funny story earlier that Arsenal are going to try and hijack Man United's move for Maguire. Will Arsenal land Zaha? Not if they don't bid enough money. If they offer the right cash, they'll get him. Zaha will play for Arsenal. They just need to offer the right amount of money. That's it. Terry, what's happening with your studio? The house I was buying, where we were building the studio, didn't go through. The vendors decided to stay in their house. They decided to stay. So I'm looking for somewhere else. But it's got to be the right... I'm after a very niche place. So it takes a little bit longer. I'm not just going to move into any... I need a certain amount of bedrooms. I need a certain amount of garden space. I need certain amenities within the yard. And I haven't found it yet. So, when I do, then the studio will be built. Until then, we make do with what we have. Arsenal have loaned... What's this say? We'll come back there. Pedro here says, I'm buzzing. The only thing that worries me is how would Fernandes play alongside Pogba if he stays? They're very similar players. Well, I think it's a great question, and we don't know until we see it. But I really like it when Pogba meanders into that left-hand side of the attack, meaning there is space centrally and, of course, on the right-hand side for Bruno Fernandes to occupy. That in itself will spread play. That will create holes. It will help break the lines. It will then enable more space because, wow, we've got these two great players who score, who are creative. One's pulling left, one's pulling right. We've got to have runners with him. Who's coming through the middle? Is the striker going to drop deep? Or we're going to get runners in behind? It makes things very, very, very interesting indeed. But from a real point of view, we won't know until something substantial happens and we actually see them playing a game together. Comment here from Tommy Lee says, great news. Can't wait to see Bruno. Holla Girl says, let's be honest, if Spurs or Liverpool made Bruno a priority, United wouldn't be in the talks. Why? who are you or me or anybody to say what a player truly wants, a dream move they want to have? Equally, we spoke about this morning. Coming to Man United has advantages over going to a Spurs or a Liverpool. You could be part of the rejuvenation of the biggest club in the world. Your status in football will be much bigger than that, than of players of any other club if you achieve good things. If you just join a really good team and you add to what they do and you continue what's been started, yeah, you'll be loved by those fans. But from a footballing perspective, the overall sphere of football, you join Man United and you're one of the turning points, the catalysts to change, to United getting back to their previous powers. 700 million Man United fans globally, I read, estimate. Let's say it's not even that much. 300 million people globally are going to fall in love with you. And the footballing world may not want to admit it. But they'll respect you for it. Someone here's laughing at my claim that United are not the biggest club in the world. Well, they aren't the best. We know that right now. But they certainly are the biggest. Nobody has the global fan base and reach that Man United do. Simple facts. 60% of all tweets globally that relate to the Premier League are about Manchester United. 60%. That's just one social media platform. 60% of all Premier League tweets, remember 20 teams, 60% are dominated by one club. Don't sit there and tell me they're not the biggest in the world. Liverpool are better right now. City are better. Spurs are better. Chelsea are better. The European elites are all better. But bigger, no. Somebody said, prove it. Documentation on what I've just said was released about 2 years ago. Woodward spoke about it. The articles are out there. Go and find it yourself. Like I'm not gonna sit here and justify what I'm saying. I'm not just making stuff up off the top of my head. We know how big Man United are. Relax your brain. Don't let facts don't care about your feelings. Terry, why do you hate Arsenal? Where has that come from? In what way, shape or form have I ever demonstrated anything that represents hate towards Arsenal? I fought vehemently alongside Wenger out people, Kroenke out people for change. I praised loads of things about Unai Emery last year. I talked so highly of players in your team such as Terrace, Aubameyang, Lacazette. Never changed my opinion when they joined your club. Where's the hate? I don't hate on anything or anyone. I just speak the truth as I see it and give my opinions. The problem that most people have is that if I say something that they don't agree with, they look at it as hate rather than just going, okay, someone's got a difference of opinion to me. I can accept that. There we go. There's a few things here. We are the biggest club in the world. United are the biggest club. This is it. This is facts. Someone said the audio is breaking up. I don't know if anyone else is having that problem. My end, the connection's fine. So it could be an issue with YouTube. There's been loads of major issues today with numerous social media sites. So it could just be another one of them. Real Madrid is the biggest. Okay, and some people think that, but they do not have the fan base. They're currently worth more than Man United, but a lot of that is to do with the last 6 years downfall, plus the real estate. Real estate in Madrid is worth more than it is in Manchester, so that also plays a part. Like if Man United were based in London, were based in, say, Chelsea, and had their stadium there and had their training ground in Cobham, Man United would be worth hundreds of millions of pounds more because real estate in London is worth more than Manchester. So also take into consideration the difference between a house in Manchester or land in Manchester compared to London and then other major cities around the world. That all plays a factor. But the most fans in the world globally, and they're able to track this by shirt sales, merchandise sales, and then viewers that tune in to watch teams play, Man United comes out at the highest. I don't even understand why this is a debate when these facts are released every single year. Again, people, remember, your opinion doesn't outweigh and is not worth more than facts. It's crazy. Why didn't he join Liverpool? Makes no sense. See, people say that a lot, but not sure of his position. Maybe he doesn't want to play for Liverpool. Maybe he's always dreamed of playing for Man United. Maybe United sold the dream to him better. Maybe Man United are offering him the money he thinks he deserves. There are so many. I've just given you like 5 reasons as to why he could. None of them may be it, but they're all logical. So when people ask, why would he not? It really doesn't take much brain capacity to come up with a few reasons that would be logical. I hope we sell Pogba regardless. He wants out and he will down tools, is what Eddie B thinks. Benny, you see another comment from you. I will address you one last time. So United are the biggest based on fan base, which you can't prove. Yeah, I just did. Most shirt sales globally, merchandise, TV viewing figures. Those three things alone feed in. Most headlines dominate the Twitter and social media spectrum. I mean, all those things, all those things are actual pieces of factual information, thus proof. I can't understand. But Benny, you're cool, my man. I know you're just trying to... someone there says biggest mugs. Listen, and you'll take that kind of banter because right now we're the biggest laughing stock as well because we're the biggest club and out of all the elites, we're one of the worst. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Almost the entire continent of Asia are Man United fans is what somebody, Kevon says. Terry, Liverpool are not in for him. They are. Liverpool were in. They may even still be in for Bruno Fernandes according to these reports. There we go. City in for Isco. That's an interesting one. Let's do a few more things here. Just playing, I really don't think you're the biggest. It's cool, Benny. It's all right, my man. I know you're only playing. Would you rather Tielemans or Longstaff after Bruno Fernandes? Ooh, based on what I've seen, so I could be completely wrong here, but based on what I've seen, I'd go with Tielemans because I've watched him play maybe 10, 15 games in his career, full games, and then I've seen other snippets and clips of him. I haven't seen anything from Longstaff. So if I base it on scouting reports, it's close. But if I go based on my own eye, what I have seen and experienced, there's only one winner for me. But listen, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We may in the next few hours, maybe next 24 hours, hear some official confirmation. I'm looking out more for Damasio than anybody else, but Bruno Fernandes, his agent has landed in the UK. Many reports suggesting deals have been agreed between clubs. Verbal agreements around personal terms have been made and the agent is over here to finalise the deal. Let's just see what transpires in the next 12 to 24 hours. I'm excited about it. The haters of Man United, they're the angriest ones because they're like, oh, they're getting another really good player. And that'd be, like, Dan James is a bit of an unknown, but that'd be two very good players secured in AWB and Bruno Fernandes. Harry Maguire, one of the best centre-backs in European football, almost sorted out as well. And then I think you just go and get Ben Yedder in, move Lukaku on, get rid of a few more, maybe move Darmian out, Rojo out, promote a couple of youngsters, and bang. Bang. United are on their way for this season. I'd be very happy with that window, and everybody would. Take care of yourselves. By the way, if you haven't done so already, about 2,000 of you tuning in, please hit the like button and please hit the share button as well. Take care of yourselves. God bless and bye-bye.